Woke up to my phone screen colder than space. Yeah, scrolling through my dreams like they all got erased. Yeah, I'm dropping my brightest, my swing, my best. But it sinks in the silence like I never get the guess. Yeah, no ticket tap, puts on street too cheap. No strangers typing words I'm never gonna speak. But they're straight in the beat and it's slipping away. Like I feel like I never should have showed up today. Maybe it's magic or maybe it's math. Yeah, maybe it's a ghost I forgot to follow back. I'm out here performing for a room full of air. And the silence is so heavy it feels like no one cares. Still wondering who's holding me down. Yeah, I'm still wondering who fucks with my sound. Still wondering who's gonna stick around. But I guess I'll never know till they put me in the ground. 0 likes, but I guess I'm still alive. Still shouting in the dark just to fucking feel the vibe. If the world wanna watch, then I guess I'll improvise. And I'm dancing with the shadows and they're always on my side. 0 likes, but I'm still in the frame. Yeah, you can lose it all, but you still got your name. Maybe it don't matter, but it makes it a waste of time. And it feels like this shit isn't really worth the dime. Yeah, I can't believe the number still doesn't wanna move. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if I got something to prove. Surfing the web for dopamine hit, but the silence keeps stacking up bit by bit. Getting 0 likes feels just like a disease. Who knew it was so easy to be a people please? Yeah, why does she post when the whole world can see? 0 likes means 0 love and everyone agrees. Maybe it's magic or maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, who even knows who will play this fucking song? There's a little freedom in letting it go. I just don't know why it took me so long. 0 likes, but I'm still alive. And I'm shouting in the dark just to fucking feel the vibe. If the world wanna watch, then I guess I'll improvise. Cause I'm dancing in the shadow just like they're on my side. 0 likes, but I'm still in the frame. And I can change my play if I can't change the game. Maybe I'm just wired different, y'all just the same. And I got 0 likes, but I got 0 shame. I've seen trends burn bright and fade tonight. Whole stars disappeared and they're out of the light. I'm still here building with my bare hands while they chase the next click and I'm making my stand. I borrowed no shine, no viral cheat. Just honest words laid over this fucking beat. And if nobody's clapping when the curtain drops, I'll still have my truth cause that's all I fucking got. One day maybe I'll scroll back through and find a little gold buried in the fucking blue. But if they don't, then I'll be just fine. Cause I'm dancing in the shadows this whole goddamn time. Cause the flames are whispering and fades with the wind. But yearning something you carry to the end. So I keep writing all the world walk past. But 0 likes feeling like it still lasts. Yeah, 0 likes, but I'm still alive. Cause I'm shouting in the dark just to fucking feel the vibe. If the world wanna watch and I still improvise. Cause I'm dancing in the shadows like they're on my side. 0 likes, but I'm still in the frame. Yeah, you can live.
Listen, beats. You hit me up just like you never left. Now it's 3 weeks late, but the time is still fresh. You asking me what's up like we just talked last night. Then you vanish real quick and I don't even get the time. 1 minute you're here, then the next you're off the map. Leaving me on red, then you try to double back. You coming in hot, then you turn real cold. You just like the story that never gets told. You woke up just enough to mess up my head. Sending me a hand to a and then you're out to bed. Every time I think that you finally moved on, you back in my DMs acting like nothing's wrong. There's a ghost in my DMs, what am I gonna do? I try to move on, but something pulls me back to you. You a ghost in my DMs, you always disappear. Then you slide right back, the whole thing is so weird. Then you drop a heart emoji, when you pay the black, and you leaving me wondering if you'll ever switch it back. You a ghost in my DMs, playing hide and seek. Stay there in the each other, but we barely speak. Say the truth, no words of blue, then turn around and next friend go. No more questions, then you say green flag. When you finally hit me up, it's a big surprise. I try to live more, but it never holds. I find an excuse when that screen light's gold. I know your tricks and I know your games, and I still fall back, and it's always the same. See your name pop, but the words never came. Feels too crowded, but the love ain't the same. The blue light shadows on a midnight screen. You a ghost in my DMs, and you live in my dreams. Voices with no face, vanish with no trace. Every line feels colder, now it's time to replace. There's a ghost in my DMs, what am I gonna do? I try to move on, but something pulls me back to you. You a ghost in my DMs, you always disappear. Then you slide right back, the whole thing is so weird. You drop a heart emoji, and then you take the black. Leaving me wondering if you're ever gonna take me back. You a ghost in my DMs.
Yo, 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 what it do, YouTubes? Man, um, not sure. Am I still? I don't know if I'm still low. I, uh, I hate that about the last stream that I did. My volume was low, but I hope I'm not. I don't know if anybody's here. If there is anybody here that is not afraid to chat, if you could let me know if I am too low, it would be greatly appreciated. Salute to you guys, though. Welcome in. My name is Blizzy Blind. I am your handsome, mustachioed host, and you're the most big bootiest, beautifulest viewer on all of YouTube. Just so you know, don't forget that today. Now, today we are gonna talk about something I find very interesting because I actually have experiences or one experience, and I'll get to it later on, where I feel like I actually experienced a glitch in the matrix. Now, I don't know what I think these things are. I don't know what I think of them. I don't know what, but let's get going. Imagine the year 1851. Europe is tense. Borders are political minefields. People trust almost nobody from outside their region. That's the environment where a stranger shows up near Frankfurt, alone, confused, and asking for help. The authorities bring him in, expecting the usual situation: a lost traveler, a foreigner with a thick accent, a migrant trying to slip across the lines. Then he gives the name Jofar Vorin. Not strange by itself, but the moment they ask where he's from, everything shifts sideways. He says Lexaria, Loxaria, part of a larger continent he calls Sacria. He says it like it is the most normal thing in the world. Like he expects officers to nod and say, ah, of course. They do not. They pull out maps, atlases, anything they have. They show him Europe, Asia, Africa. He looks at them like they're incomplete drawings made by children. His frustration is real, not anger, not defensive, just confused, like someone who recognizes a face but can't place the name. He points to the map, searching for something that is not there, and keeps asking why the world's borders are wrong. What rattles the investigators is that he can communicate. He understands basic German, but he speaks it like someone who learned from books without hearing a native voice. His grammar is perfect in weird places and broken everywhere else. When they ask him to write something in his native language, he produces clean samples in two scripts he identifies as Abramian and Lexarian. Both look like structured languages, not scribbles. Officials start looking for the trick, the scam, the hustle. This is the 1800s. Everyone assumes he's running from somewhere. They press him on religion, geography, laws. His answers describe a civilization that feels plausible but completely disconnected from any Earth history as we know it. He talks about coastal cities they can't find. He talks about a homeland ruled by structures that don't match European models. His worldview is coherent, just not ours. He mentions he is searching for his long lost brother who disappeared years before, and that he has been traveling through regions trying to track him. He just tells his story like a man who has been walking too long and can't understand why everyone around him refuses to acknowledge the place he grew up in. This wasn't campfire gossip. The story ended up printed in a reputable British periodical of the era. It circulated among scholars. Then, just as quickly as he appeared, Jofar Vorin disappears from the record. No follow up investigation, no documentation of deportation or imprisonment, nothing. The mystery hits hard because his story is too specific to be a lazy hoax and too impossible to be a normal misunderstanding. He came in quietly, caused a tremor in the room, then vanished into history without a footprint. Now that excuse me, that is the story of Jofar Vorin. For those of you that might be familiar with a similar story, there's a similar story about a man from Tared, but that has been debunked. Well, to the satisfaction of most people, and I didn't want to come and give you guys a story that wasn't true, but they're both very interesting about guys that showed up, seemed to have appeared from out of nowhere, and had documentation showing that they're from a completely different world. Now, I don't know if you guys think that that's real or possible, but I don't know. I don't know what I think. Honestly, I've never really like thought. Let me see. No, of course it's not real. In my opinion, of course it's not real. But I don't have any kind of. I can't think of any explanation. Okay, Manila, 1593. Spanish colonial rule. Tropical night heat. A guard stands at his post on duty outside the governor's residence. His name barely survives in later retellings. In some versions, he is called Gil Perez, but the legend existed long before someone tried to attach a name to it. He is doing nothing unusual, no battle, no crisis, just another night shift. Then morning hits in Mexico City, not Manila, not anywhere near Asia, Mexico City, 8,000 miles away across the Pacific. He doesn't remember walking, he doesn't remember fainting, he doesn't remember anything but suddenly being in the wrong place. When authorities confront him, he answers like a soldier would. He states his rank, his unit, his assignment. He gives them the name of the Manila governor. He explains why tensions were rising in the city. Everything he says makes sense for someone stationed there. Except he is 4 months of travel away in a completely different world. Officials react the same way anyone would. They arrest him. They question him for hours. They assume he is lying. They think he's a deserter or a spy or someone mentally lost. He never breaks. He never changes his story. He repeats it the same way every time. Manila, his post the night before, and then waking up in a plaza of Mexico City. Weeks go by. He sits in his cell. His story gets passed around like gossip in the barracks. Then a ship arrives from the Philippines carrying official news. The governor of Manila has been assassinated. The same governor the soldier said was killed, even though the assassination happened after he supposedly appeared in Mexico. The timeline matches his account. His details line up too cleanly to dismiss. They eventually release him, and whatever happened to him after that dissolves into history. He disappears from the documentation the same way he appeared in the plaza, suddenly and without explanation. This is not a modern sci fi story. This came from the people who had never considered teleportation or glitches or parallel dimensions. They were describing what they believed they witnessed in their own frame of reality without trying to dress it in cosmic or mystical theories. That is what gives it weight. It is too old to be a copy of fiction. It is too specific to dismiss as a metaphor, and it sits alone. Now, I have no explanation of how that could happen. I don't know. Maybe, possibly. I mean, what are the explanations? Like the he had amnesia? I mean, I don't know. But like I said, I have a story and a glitch in the matrix story of my own that I will tell y'all guys. But I'll read another one. This is, and I'm just reading stories that are actually true, like that have this like glitch in the matrix theme. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I think about it. I honestly don't. I know that the internet just so happened to change severely, like at the perfect time, because if I'm not mistaken, like right when the internet started becoming like AI overridden, there was the craziest glitch in the matrix videos coming out, and some of them couldn't be debunked. Like I remember seeing a video of an airplane that was just suspended in the sky. And then I remember seeing a video of a bird that was like, it looked like it was caught in some type of like gelatin or something, but it was in midair. And it was like, it was either like flapping its wings or kicking its legs or something. But I don't, I don't believe in I don't believe in like the parallel reality. I mean, I don't know. In a way, yes, and in a way, no. I think that everything is a lot more scientific than mystic or like that supernatural. But I don't have any explanation for any of it. Okay, now step back to medieval England. Picture dirt roads, thatched roofs, and a world where everything is local. You are born where you die unless fate intervenes. Then one day, two children step out of the woods near Woolpit, and nothing about them makes sense. Their skin is green. That is not, or that is the one detail every chronicle agrees on. Not tinted, not vaguely pale green. They, not vaguely pale green. They speak a language nobody understands. Their clothing is cut in a style no villager recognizes. They cry but do not panic. Like children who understand they are lost but do not understand the world they are lost in. The villagers try feeding them. They refuse bread, berries, vegetables. Nothing works until someone offers raw beans straight from the stalk. They devour them instantly. That becomes their only food for days. The boy grows weak and eventually dies. The girl survives long enough to adapt. Over months, she begins learning English. She starts understanding their customs. She becomes more like them without losing the parts of her that seemed otherworldly. When she is finally able to talk, they ask her where she came from. She answers. Her answer stamps itself into history. She says she is from a land where the sun never rises fully. The sky is always dim, not night dark, not daylight bright, but stuck in a permanent twilight. She calls it St. Martin's Land in some tellings. She says she and her brother were tending animals near a cave or tunnel when they heard a strange sound. They followed it, entered the passage, walked in darkness, and emerged into the blinding sunlight near Woolpit. That would be easy to shrug off if one chronicler had written it, but two separate medieval scholars documented this, each independent of the other. These are not fairy tales. These are men who were paid to record the events of their time with seriousness of accountants. Theories range from physiological disorders to lost Flemish children to refugees hiding underground, but none account for the green skin, the language, the behavior, or the girl's detailed memory of Twilight World. You can't prove it, you can't disprove it. It sits in that rare historical pocket where the story is too well documented to ignore and too strange to fit anywhere. Now that is very interesting. I should just just Aquaman. Ah, thank you so much, Aqua. Thank you. I had asked I had asked, but nobody wanted to answer. Let me see if I can fix it. I will be right back. Any better at all? If it is, I'm gonna I'm gonna read the stories again because that bothered me so bad about my last stream. It was super low. About the same. Okay, one sec.